How's it going, guys, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be checking out the location of every single collectible in the second act of Layers of Fear 2. So let's just jump straight into it. The first collectible we're going to obtain in this act is going to be the third photo slide. It's also worth noting that though this is the third photo slide we can actually find, if you look in the machine back in the cabin, it will be the fourth one along, as we already start with the first one at the beginning of the game, just in case you're following along and thinking you may have missed one. This collectible is actually pretty close to the beginning of the chapter. All we need to do is continue advancing until we get to this black and white room where there's a steam leak preventing us from moving forwards. We want to spin the valve to cut off the steam. Once we get to the end of this walkway, instead of turning left as we regularly would to continue advancing through the level, we want to turn right and crouch underneath this pipe. And this is where we can find the photo slide. Next up, we have the first of the mysterious items. This one can only be obtained in New Game Plus, as one of the doors will be locked on your first playthrough. To find this collectible, what we need to do is, after hiding inside the steam room for a little while, waiting for the enemy that was chasing us to disappear, then straight afterwards, if we look into the right, we'll find the projector room. But instead of heading into the projector room, we want to continue all the way to the end of the hallway and turn right. This is the door that's locked on your first playthrough, by the way, so you wouldn't be able to go through here. Once you're inside here, you want to press the button and quickly get to the other end of the room before the timer runs out, and you'll find the mysterious item just sitting on the table. Next up, we have the fourth movie poster we can find in the game. The best landmark we can look out for to know when you're in the right area is this room where there's a mannequin laying on a bed with a TV just next to him. And then in literally the next hallway on the right hand side, we'll find another lock pad that's actually completely optional. We can continue advancing without ever opening this lock pad. But as you probably guessed, the movie poster we're looking for is the other side of there. So how do we find out this combination? Well, it's very simple. All we need to do is continue down the same hallway a little bit further and then take the next door on the left. Once we're inside, shut the door behind you so the light turns on, then spin around the blackboard to see the combination we need for the lock pad. All that's left to do now is go back and insert the combination into the locked door, and here we'll find the movie poster. The fourth collectible is going to be another one of the mysterious items. After going through the first set of ventilation systems, we'll drop down into a room with a load of bunk beds, and on one of the bottom bunks we're going to be able to find this text, which is the second mysterious item. Next up, we have the third Phonograph Interview. The landmark, let's call it, for this one that we should be looking out for to know in the right area is eventually you get into this room and you'll see an arm sticking out of one of the cages. And very shortly after this, once we open our next door, we want to turn around and close that door behind us, which will allow us access into another side cell. And inside here is where we can find the Phonograph Interview. Next up, we have the photo slide number 4. Again, remember, though it's the fourth one we're picking up, it will be the fifth one along on the machine. This was actually the last collectible to be discovered in this game, as it's very, very well hidden. What we need to do is, once we get to the projector machine with the crawling baby on the projections, we want to drag the frames of the projector to the right as we usually would until we can see a small square object in the bottom right side of the frame. Then just let that frame rest for a few seconds, as we usually do in the projector puzzles, and it will materialize the next photo slide. Collectible number 7 is going to be another movie poster. This one is going to be very easy to distinguish and locate what area it's in, as it's in this massive courtyard where we need to rush across without the light hitting us. As soon as we get across to the other side of this courtyard, we want to take the first door to the right, and here we're going to find the movie poster.
The heart of the city.
The next collectible is going to be yet another movie poster. Once we get to this hallway with a creepy young kid sitting right at the end, we want to take the doorway to the left. Once we're inside this room, we want to go to the end of the room and again take the final door on the left. Inside this little bathroom, we'll be able to find the next poster. And as you already know, for the final collectible of Act 2, it's going to be the Spyglass item that we can obtain after we've already gone back to the cabin after finishing Act 2, just before we start Act 3. We'll look through the Spyglass and we should be getting the cage full of clocks. So those are all the collectibles available in Act 2 of Layers of Fear 2. I hope you did find this video helpful. If you did, don't forget that thumbs up button, subscribe for more content coming very soon, and we'll see you next time.